Let's go.
Dr. Rosie Milligan, one of the most sought-after speakers on the circuit today. Her live internet talk show, Express Yourself, is the most provocative, thought-provoking, and talked-about radio show on the internet. There's no holds barred, and Dr. Milligan puts the B in bold. She brings it every Tuesday live at 10 a.m. Pacific and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dr. Rosie has been proclaimed the most provocative female writer of the century. Her books include Satisfying the Black Man and Black Woman Sexually Made Simple, Why Black Men Choose White Women, and the book Nigga Please. These books have raised eyebrows across the country. She has authored 21 books and published 350 titles for authors nationwide. Check Dr. Rosie out at drrosie.com for her books, articles, and archives of her internet talk show. Sit at the feet of wisdom. Dr. Milligan is indeed a timekeeper and scorekeeper. She is the clock, calendar, and almanac for Black America. You need to hear her.
We are now entering the Express Yourself Hour with Dr. Rosie, Shawana, and Keith. And it's always a hot topic. It's probably one of the best unknown shows on the internet right now. So we have the Sage, the mayor of Los Angeles, unofficial mayor of Los Angeles. Okay. The Los Angeles spiritual and mental leader. So sit back, relax, enjoy the show, and as always, you're going to learn something. It's one thing I know about Dr. Rosie and her show. I always come away learning something, and something significant, because Dr. Rosie's been around a long time, and she's got a lot of wisdom. Sometimes some things she's even forgotten. So the thing is, especially your last 5 shows, it's really pertinent to your life, because Dr. Rosie's not just spiritual. She's not only mental, but she's also business-wise. So she connects all 3 facets of our lives. So sit back, listen, and pick up your pen and paper and take notes.
Wow.
So without further ado, Dr. Rosie, take it from here.
Wow. Thank you, Keith. You guys, as he said, you'll listen to the Express Yourself Hour. I am your host, Dr. Rosie Milligan, and my co-hosts are the wonderful, the invisible man who just introduced me. Folks still looking for him. Keith, they better find you, because, I won't have any money for Christmas. The way this fee is going up. You guys listen to his voice. So when you're out and you hear that voice, just say, Keith, is that you? And if so, grab him, and he's going to call me and say, she got me. Okay, you got to remember that.
Take a photo and say, here's Waldo, huh?
That's right. Take a photo, you guys. And my other co-host, you guys know her. We call her the Valley Girl, you guys. She's all deep into real estate. Sell houses, buy houses. She probably got a cleaning crew, somebody who clean houses. I'm sure she got it all going on. But if you want to buy some real estate, you want to sell some real estate, whatever you want to do to real estate, you need to call her. Go ahead, Shawana, give them your number now. She is the one.
Yes, I am the one, so do not hesitate. You call me immediately. Any questions that you have, I am here. And my number is 818-201-6565. That's 818-201-6565. I'm waiting for your call.
Wow, that's right. And you would be glad you did. Folks, it's a good time now to try to get out there and get you something. Everybody's saying, well, you know what, the interest rates is high. Well, you know what, I don't care what's going on. You better get your house, because you can always refinance. You know what I mean? But you definitely want to have something.
Mm-hmm.
So, our guest today, we have a great show for you today. And I'm so excited. A friend of mine, she's just powerful. I call her the Madam C.J. Walker in the industry. This woman is none other than Miss Doris Mosley. She's a cosmetologist, a trichologist. I had to look that word up, you guys. She's a trichologist. Big word. My dad used to say when he couldn't pronounce the word, he just said big word.
Big word.
Yeah, big word. Cosmetologist, trichologist, and she's going to tell you what the trichologist is. She's an educator. She's a lecturer with 47 years in the cosmetology industry. She's the founder of the largest hair show in Southern California. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy to have her coming with us today to talk about a topic that's so important. She's going to talk about the 5 reasons Black women are losing their hair and how to restore their hair. Every time I do shows like this, somebody called me and said, well, why you just talk about hair? Why it got to be Black when I'm a Black woman? And I am looking at Black women who have made wigs and weaves absolute a necessity. And Doris used to always say, it should be just because you want to change your look, not because you just cannot walk out of your house without it. So I love that. This woman is so awesome. She even teach people, Keith. She teach a wig making class. And her 2 children, they're in the industry. I mean, it's absolutely, she has led the way. And I understand her granddaughter, I think she's looking at getting into the cosmetology field. And that was one of the fields that Black women could always educate their children. I mean, way back in the day, that and teaching was one of the professions that saved us. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me stop talking about her and let me just say good morning, Miss Doris.
Great morning, Dr. Milligan, and all of the other guests that's on this line today. I am so excited to be a part of this program today and to share what is really going on, because right now, hair loss is at an all-time epidemic. And we are going to shed some light on it today.
Wow. And you guys, and before we start talking about it, I want to remind you, too, that this Sunday from 2 to 5, Miss Doris is going to be at my bookstore, Class of 1 Books and Earth, from 2 to 5. She is going to do, Shawana, this could be exciting. Doris, I know people are signing up, but I want to be the first in line. She's going to do a scalp and hair analysis. I want to be first because I want to know what's going on. I wear my hair short, and that's how I'm going to do it. And I'm just going to do it to get where I want it, because sometimes you have to make a sacrifice, you know, to get where you're trying to go. And I think, Doris, that's what women are not willing to do. They don't want to say, well, let me just cut it off and let me start all over and let it come back healthy. No, they do not want to sacrifice. They want to come back. If you can't get it back in 7 days, they're not going to deal with the program.
Dr. Milligan, they want a microwavable finish. They want it today, right now. You know, they say, God, give me patience, but I want it right now. That's what they want. And it doesn't have to be that way. We really need to take our time. Hair only grows 6 inches a year on the average. So you know we can't get it overnight.
Well, they want it down to their knees overnight because they have an event to go to, Doris. They got to impress somebody.
Exactly.
Well, let's tell them what a trichologist is first, and then we're going to talk about reasons that women are losing their hair.
Well, let's say, first I'm going to say what a cosmetologist is, because that's what I became first. And a cosmetologist is a person who studies the beautification of hair, skin, and nails. And then because of this epidemic, I wanted to go a little bit further, and I wanted to become a trichologist, because a trichologist studies the conditions and the disease of the scalp and hair. And alopecia is the medical term for baldness. And we are now in an all-time epidemic. Just like we're in the pandemic, we're in an epidemic with this hair loss. And a lot of it, Dr. Milligan, is coming from improper hair care, improper diet, and also traction alopecia. Now, what is traction alopecia? Traction alopecia is where you are stressing out areas of your hair. Most of the time, it's the hairline that is compromised, because we are adding hair and we are putting it so tight, we are braiding so tight until it's just stressing the area out and causing hair loss. But there are really 6 reasons why people are losing hair, and I'm just going to go through quickly. The first is stress. Stress is one of the reasons people are losing their hair, and stress comes in the form of chronic illness. It comes in the form of excessive brushing. You know, we used to say you brush your hair for stimulation, but now sometimes it can be overdone. It also comes from trauma. trauma is a part of it. So those falls under stress. Traction alopecia falls under stress. And then we have diet. We are yo-yo dieting. One day we're 1 pound lighter. Next day we're 1 pound heavier. That's not good. And then we're taking in a lot of the animal fat, the animal intake. And that animal intake, you're getting the hormones that they have. That's not good. Then some of us are taking a lot of vitamins. Vitamin A is not good, especially if it's overdone. You can always do things to the excessive, which is not good. So we want to look at what we're eating. We're not drinking enough water, so we're not hydrating the body. And the cells need to be hydrated, and they come in the form of water. 80 to 85% of our body is water. And if we're not drinking at least half of our body weight in ounces, we could be falling in that category of dehydration. Blood is what nourishes the follicle. And we're actually born, if you don't know what the follicles are, the follicle is where that strand of hair comes from. That's where that strand of hair is nourished. That's where that strand of hair receives everything it needs to make it out through the epidermis. And once it comes up through the epidermis, you guys, it is considered no longer alive. But we got to keep it healthy as it comes up so we have a better chance of keeping it, because you're actually born with 5 million follicles over the entire body. Like about 100,000 of them make it to the head. But once one strand dies, one follicle dies, you don't get any more hair. I don't care what you take, what you inject. Once a follicle is dead, then that's it for that strand of hair. Then you have health. What condition is your body in? We want to stay healthy. A healthy scalp gives healthy hair. But if our bodies are not healthy, and that means we can have hormonal problems, we can have acne, a lot of reasons why the body could not be healthy. We want to keep our body in an alkaline state, as close to that as possible. That means that if your body's in an alkaline state, that body is not allowing disease to come in and take over and causes hair loss. And one thing about hair loss, most of the time, we're already in 51% losing before we even realize it's going. And that's what we're going to be doing on Sunday. I'm going to be scoping the scalp to see what is going on that we can see at that level, because that's important. And we'll be able to tell you if there's hair loss already happening there that you cannot see or detect at this level. We'll also be able to tell you if there's inflammation. That's another bad thing for the body, is inflammation. Because when you have, and most of the time, inflammation is embedded in fat. Inflammation is what we're putting in our body. I mean, we're different things that we're putting in our body causing us to have inflammation. Inflammation is not good, and we want to make sure you know if that's going on. We just want to enlighten people as to what's happening with their scalp. Then you have medication. Medication is another reason. We're taking so much medicine nowadays. We really don't know what is it good for, because all medicine basically have side effects. Most of the time, one of the side effects is hair loss. So you want to look at the medication that you're taking. Ask the doctor if there's something else you can take instead of that particular one that you're taking that's causing you to have hair loss. But we don't know if we don't ask. I remember one hairstylist I was lecturing, and this one hairstylist that I told, her client was a diabetic. And she said, the diabetic medicine is one of those medicines that causes hair loss. She said, I told her to stop taking the medicine. And I said to her, you are not a doctor. You cannot tell a client to stop taking her medicine because of her hair loss. She has to go to her doctor, find out what she needs to do to get off the medication so she can stop having hair loss. But you can't tell her. I said, she'll be lying up in her casket with a head full of hair, and that won't be good. So do not, I share with hairstylists, I talk to them all the time, do not tell a client to stop taking the medicine. That's the doctor's job, but they have to do what it takes to get off of it. And then you have genetics. It's a lot of time it could be from your parents. If one parent have hair loss, you could have hair loss. If both parents have hair loss, it can accelerate your reasons. And I tell people, if you're experiencing genetic hair loss, then you need to get in front of it so you can kind of slow it down. Not mean it's going to totally stop, but you can slow it up. And that's what we're going to be talking about on Sunday. We're going to be sharing with the audience and scoping to see what's really going on. Then you have the environment. The environment plays a part, because you have this bad air, we have this bad water, a lot of different reasons why. And we want to get to what is causing your hair loss. We also have this one thing that has plagued the Black community, and that is CCCA. So I want you to follow me. The first C, it starts in the top. It's centrally located in the top of your head. Then we have the other C is centrifugal. It starts to move out. It starts to move out, spread out in the top of your head. Then we have cicatricial, which is a scar tissue. You cannot think about if you're a homeowner, and I heard a young lady talking about selling your home. If you have a home and you have grass, if your front grass is not good and you need to move some backyard grass forward to the front, you got to make sure the soil is good and healthy. And that's the same way with your scalp. Some people say, well, I get a transplant. Well, if you have cicatricial, meaning you have scar tissue, you got to heal that before you can move and become a self-donor, moving the hair from the back to the front. It can be done, but it needs to be a healthy scalp. And then the A, of course, is alopecia. And we have found that a lot of our Black community of women have that issue. And it could be coming from relaxers, chemical straighteners, color, hot comb. Those are the three things that has been found to cause this issue, as well as fibroid tumors, believe it or not. So we are going to be discussing that. Dr. Rosa Milligan and I both work with a cannabis company. And let me tell you, they have the answer. But you just got to get involved and help slow this alopecia down. We have to make sure that we're putting the right things in our body so we can get the right results out. I am a product of the product. I had CCCA. I was diagnosed. I got on it. I got committed. See, a lot of people make a decision, but they don't make a commitment. You follow people home and look in their cabinets, they have a whole lot of things going on in their medicine cabinet or in their under their sink. They bought this product, they put it in the drawer, they put it in the cabinet, and they expect it to work. I always tell people, it does not work on the shelf. It works in the body. And I am a product, and there are a whole lot of testimonies out there. So we just got to make a decision and a commitment. And Dr. Rosa, on Sunday, we're going to expose people to let them see what's really going on with their scalps. Share with them what they could do to help prevent some of this alopecia. And traction alopecia has become almost the number one. Most people, and when I don't have nothing against wearing, I'll say optional hair or wigs, because right now people have made this their permanent thing to do. And if you check anyone that has been wearing a wig, not just so much a wig, weaves for a long period of time, their hairlines have been compromised. And we want our hairlines back because, as Dr. Milligan says, Miss Kim knows just what to make for every occasion of hair loss. And that's what we have gotten so hung up on, just having a plethora of different wigs, and it's okay as an option, but don't make it a permanent thing. Weaves, let me tell you, has really messed us up. Braiding too tight has messed us up. And now you're going to have to wear that, or you're going to just have to shave your head and just go like Jada Pinkett, who have now brought it out again. But let me tell you, you don't have to be hung up to that level. You can wear, as on an occasion, it was not supposed to be a permanent thing, but we have made it permanent. And we want to get back to accepting, falling back in love with our own strands, saving our strands, wearing anything else as an option.
I love it. I love it. Doris, you mentioned about brushing. Sometimes people brush too long or too hard. How critical is the type of brush that you use?
You want to use a brush that's medium to soft bristle, and you want to stimulate. Stimulating the scalp is very important because it's increasing the blood circulation. And like I said again, blood is very important to the hair follicle because it nourishes. That's what nourishes. Once you start losing blood supply to the follicle, then you start losing that strand. Although we shed anywhere from 50 to 100 strands a day, that's normal. Anything past that could be abnormal, could be something that's going on. And if you have your hair in a stationary hairstyle, such as braiding, such as wearing a weave, you're still going to shed that hair. But what is going to happen? It's going to be in there when you take the wig out. The wig off and the braids down. When you take the braids out or when you take the weave out, you still have that hair hung up in there. So say if you wore the weave for 2 months, then every day for 2 months you shedded 100 strands. You now need, and we have a product that is excellent. Wakana has a product which is excellent for getting those strands out before you wet the hair, which is a plus. So that's very important. So we're going to brush, we're going to stimulate, but we're not going to do it excessively.
Okay, that makes sense. And it's amazing, I guess, for Black women having a hair at all, if you're saying stress is related to, because they're so stressed, and people have poor nutritional habits. But you mentioned inflammation. Some of the things you mentioned, Doris, is very simple for people to do, particularly like keeping their body alkaline. If they just put lemon in their water. Drink their first, when they get up in the morning, drink 8 ounces of water, 20 ounces, and put lemons in it. Just something very basic that people are spending so much money because they just don't know. Especially if they're diabetic,
exactly.
They already have circulation impairment, and then you're not drinking water. And I think you can look at probably a high percentage of the hair breakage and everything. It has to do with dehydration because I see people who don't drink much water, and they'll tell me, well, I hate to drink water because I have to go to the bathroom. What's wrong with going to the bathroom? I don't get it.
I know.
Haven't you heard that? They don't want to go to the bathroom.
They don't want to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like, what? You're supposed to drink 8 glasses of water a day. And that flushes all the toxins out. Yes.
Yeah.
That's how the toxins get out.
Toxins can't get out.
And we're eating a lot of sugar, carbohydrates, all that turns into inflammation. That's the inflammation right there.
Oh, now you need to repeat that because some people, everything they eat is either starch or is sweets. So we're looking at all this hair loss that really be prevented if people just had the right information. Wouldn't you say so?
Absolutely. And that's why I say knowledge is power, but it only becomes powerful when you use it.
Wow. We have to make some choice and be committed to what we want. It's really important because I bet you, I'm getting ready to say something now. Y'all close your ears. Close your ears. Hope ain't no kids listening. I bet you if you told people that sugar would impact their sexual stamina, the sugar business would go out of business.
Yeah, probably would. Probably would.
Yes.
But look at all the other things sugar does, and we just don't care. We'd rather go spend money on hair, buy 10 wigs, buy 20 wigs, and keep our same behavior. My stepsister once, she was diabetic, and she was told that she could really come off of insulin, with nutrition and exercise, and she wouldn't have to take the shot. But you know what she chose? She chose the shot. She said, well, I'd rather take the shot because I have to have my Pepsi. I have to have my sugar. So people make these kind of choices, you guys. They really do.
Yeah, they do. They'd rather.
Also, Dr. Milligan, remember the young lady who made the choice to sacrifice where her and her children slept so she can get $850 worth of weed?
That's right. Tell that story, Doris. I thought that was quite interesting.
One of my clients came to me one day, and she had her hair for me to install in her head. Now, I charged $250 to install the hair, $250. The hair she had was $600. She purchased from somewhere else. She paid $600 for the hair.
Wow.
And in our conversation that day, she was telling me that her and her children were sleeping on the floor on a mattress. And I was like, sleeping on the floor? And you can let it spend $800. You spent $850. So it's not only in the sacrificing of their hair, they are sacrificing their lifestyle for the hair and neglecting the things that are really necessity.
Wow.
And I was just shocked. I was really shocked that she was doing that. So, and now hair is everywhere.
But Doris, I noticed even with the kids now, they have these long braids. I want to just call child abuse on
unfortunate.
6 and 7 years old with hair hanging down to their knees. Those, I don't get it.
And they're not always girls either. Okay.
Oh, boys too, huh,
Keith?
Boys too. Yes.
For real. Yes. I mean, I've seen it as long as to their ankles. And I'm like, your follicle does not support that. Why are you doing that? But
that's stress
people
on them.
make choices. Oh, yeah, it's definitely stress.
But
and the choices that people...
Doris, I believe if you start a little girl off with that hair, she'll never feel pretty without it. So you've just locked a 8-year-old into buying hair for the rest of her life. Oh.
Yes, unfortunate. That's so unfortunate. But like I said again, a lot of the reasons why can be avoided if we just take that next step.
Close. It just sometimes women feel so inadequate about their hair. So Keith, with you being on the phone, what does hair mean to men on the head of a woman? Hair and eyelash. Let's talk about that, because women tell me, well, men say it doesn't matter, but every time I'm out, the girl that they're trying to make contact with is the one with long hair and the one with the eyelash. So men seem to be double talking around here. What's up with that, Keith?
Okay. It's really what it is what we call it an imprint, right? Basically, it's you become an it girl. So guys, they're online, they look at TV, and whatever the so-called it girl, the beautiful girl is wearing, okay, the eyes, the eyelashes, the hair, whatever it is, right? It becomes imprinted in their subconscious. So girls are smart, right? If I want attention, I need to work with that imprint. This is what the guys are looking at on TV. So if I can match that with the hair, the eyelashes, I'll get attention.
Is that what the women you think are saying?
Oh yeah. If you take whatever it girl or hot girl that's making a whole lot of money and getting a whole lot of guys' attention, right? So women will break down, okay, how can I copy her style? Because if I can copy her style and she's getting attention from all these guys, if I kind of sort of look like her, I'm going to get initial attention from that. And that works. If you look at Instagram or OnlyFans or whatever it is, right? You can see they'll take whatever the hot girl is and they'll copy her.
I guess
If
that's
you,
why they doing all that big booty stuff right
the
now.
big booties, the breasts, the hips, that kind of stuff. Okay, because it's really funny because that sexually imprints, especially young men. Okay, what they see it gets put in their subconscious. So if you can kind of match that, you'll get attention, you'll get more favorable attention by the guys. It's almost like a uniform. Same thing. A difference between a plainclothes cop and a uniform cop. Okay, the uniform is imprinted in your mind. That's a cop. That's an authority figure. He's going to get a different kind of response than a guy in regular clothes. Same thing with it works the same way with hair, eyelashes, and stuff like that. So if you see a few women that have this big splash with guys, right, with the eyelashes, the long weave, or whatever it is, right, you're going to see 1 million girls or 10 million girls trying to replicate that. Because they know this is what the guys will initially be attracted to.
Yeah, but they got to understand we're going to take a call. If it's not getting you to the altar, then you need to think about whether you need it or not. I'm just saying, hey, ladies out there. Hey, ladies, if it's not getting you to the altar.
My spiritual teacher. Eyelashes. Be easy with them eyelashes, y'all.
Yeah, well, my spiritual teacher told me a long time ago, especially for women, right, attention is food, whether it's positive or negative.
Okay, all right. We got a call on 213. Caller, go ahead, give us your name and what's your take on this?
Was that me? This is Barbara Gates on the 213 number earlier. I wanted to know if you've had many years of perm in your hair, how long does it actually take to get rid of the perm that's damaged the follicle in my hair if I wanted to go natural, back to my natural hairline?
Okay, Barbara, thanks for that question. It doesn't take no longer than your new hair grow out. See, well, a lot of people say, don't forget to relax my roots. You don't relax roots, for starters. The root is beneath the skin, beneath the epidermis, so you're only relaxing the shaft. And your hair grows on an average of a 1/4 to 1/2 inch a month. But I don't think extremely curly hair grows that fast, okay? So once your new growth comes in and you don't relax that anymore, then your hair will continue to grow on out in its natural state. Cut off the relaxed hair and you have your natural hair. And if you notice TV right now, most of the commercials, about 99% of the commercials now, are showing African-American women in natural hair, whether it's a wig, weave, or their own natural hair. And that's what's happening now. But no, it doesn't take long as your hair grow out. You don't put any more chemicals on it. You have your natural hair.
Thank you.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right. It's just amazing that women are so caught up, with hair, But I guess, like Keith said, is what you're watching on TV. But what gets me, Doris, is how I still hear me and Deborah talking about what they like and what they don't like. So women ought to take note. They need to just listen. We need to have a day in court for men to just have that say with women not saying anything. I can hear them right now. You all know you like that hair. You like eyelash. That's what attracted you to me. But I keep telling folks, look, stroke the mind before the behind. So that's what you need to try to attract a person on the intellectual base, that mental thing. And I don't think any of that other stuff will matter, ladies. I'm telling you.
The thing, American black men have the widest range of what they like and what they don't like than any other man on the planet. So if no matter what you are, what size you are, what kind of hairstyle you have, there's going to be a large group of men that like you for what you have.
But women don't know that. They just, somebody look what's in the chat.
Most of that is a job.
It's a job.
What's the job?
They got a job because all black women with hair, with eyelashes, with everything else got a job. So that's first at the top of y'all list.
No,
Barbara.
no. Actually, it's not. Believe it or not, it's not.
Barbara
'Cause
said you gotta have a job
I
and don't care.
I got people I know that make $300,000 a year, and they like a certain kind of woman. Okay, so it's really not. And
Okay.
you'd be surprised at the men's likes and black men's likes and dislikes. You really would.
Well, look, something's on the board that said those bat wing
Well, back when
eyelashes. Got to go. This coming from a man. They don't like that.
You know what? The It Girl doesn't just affect imprint men; it also imprints women.
Wow.
And they look in the mirror and they want to reflect what the image that they see on TV too.
Wow. But we have a caller, Keith. Let's take a caller that's on hold. Caller, go ahead. You women out there, call up in here and express yourself. We have a man who tells me to take them bat eyelash off and throw them wigs in the trash.
A lot of men. When I ask men what do they really want, what they want is a healthy woman, no matter what her size is, her size, her hair length, of stuff like that. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, caller.
Hello. I have a question to ask. What about the hair restoration companies like Rogaine and Hair Club and Bosley? Are those effective?
Just to say thank you for that question. They are effective, but most of the time when you stop it, it falls out again. So you want to come from a natural point. You want to come from the point of eating healthy. You want to come from the point of not stressing your hair out, because that is what's going to be more permanent. Okay. The company, Wakana, has a natural product, and when my hair came back after taking it and after using it for 8 months, I stopped for 2 months because I wanted to just see would it fall out again. And it did not. And Dr. Milligan have seen me recently. She knows I still have a full head of hair, and so have Barbara, who was on the line earlier. I have a full head of hair. Now, I chose to wear it short because that's more comfortable for me right now. But those products, they do work. But if you stop taking them, what happens? It falls back out.
See, that makes a difference.
It's very expensive. It's very expensive.
All right, thank you.
Probably about $10,000 or $15,000 expensive. And people want something, a shortcut. They want something that a fix that I don't have to ever do anything for life. I want to guarantee. I don't care what anybody do your hair. If you dehydrated, you're not drinking water, you constipated, you got inflammation, you eating all that fat, you're brushing with the wrong kind of brush, you're under stress, you're taking medication that's going to take your hair out. I don't care how much you pay to get some more hair on your head. It cannot live in an unhealthy environment. I think that's the bottom line, isn't it, Doris? It has to have.
Amen.
Yeah. And the person who does that surgery and do all that stuff for you, they can't follow you home and make you do all these things that Doris is talking about doing. So I think what we're looking for are women who committed, not just for yourself. I'm saying this. Women, you need to commit yourself to restore your hair and to be as natural as possible. You need to do it for your daughters that's coming along behind you. You don't want them, especially with the economy now, with what people are trying to pay to what they call look beautiful because their hair looks a certain way. I mean, you could be buying an apartment building. You could be investing in your children's education and money for your retirement. Bottom line is too much money spent by black women trying to deal with the hair when God gave them hair and you have the ability to restore it. That's all I'm saying. When you can restore it. I'm working on, I had braids, locks and all this kind of stuff and, pull my hair out. But I realized I had to make a sacrifice. So I got to just wait until it's where I want it to be. And I'm working with the product that Doris is talking about now. And it's making a big difference. And I'm just going to take my time and as Ray Charles said, I'm going to let it do what it do. Because I know who I am, whether I have hair or don't have any.
Dr. Milligan, the hair industry is at an $87 billion industry with a B, billion. So somebody is coming up, and just not me.
Wow.
Yes, it is.
And I
Definitely
understand that
a billion.
70% of that money comes from black folks. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
That's pretty high.
That's a lot of money.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
For a small demographic, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. You're right, Keith. I just thought about that for the small demographic. And 70% of the money that's spent in the hair industry comes from black folk?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a lot of money.
That's enough to make your hair come out because you're stressed, because you're broke and spend all your money.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
Oh, my God. Shawana, do you wear wig?
I don't. I thought about it sometimes. I've never done it. And I think to myself, I want to do a lot of, I'm starting to do a podcast now. And I was thinking, I want to wear a wig not really one that you can see. I want to wear a wig sometime if I need to, but I have not done it. I have not bought a wig. When I was 14 or 15 years old, where I used to work, they had wigs, and I would wear a wig then when I was 15. I would wear a wig. So I could have went down that path, but I didn't. But now
why you think you should have? See, you're the kind of woman who would use it because I just want to have a different look on my show today. That's what Doris is talking about. That's fine. But when you let your hair get to a point that you don't feel beautiful anymore because you don't have that hair on your head, that becomes a problem. That's why I see the problem, that you only can feel beautiful when you have 6 inches or 12 inches of hair. That's sad. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
How does that hair make you beautiful?
Does
hair make you beautiful, Keith? Can you see beauty in a woman without the hair?
Oh, yeah. Can it enhance her? Sure.
Yeah.
The thing is, will it make her beautiful?
So.
No.
No,
you can't. Like what it said, you can't put lipstick on a pig. No. So if you don't have it naturally, then it's hair's not gonna. Even though I've seen women that believe that hair makes them beautiful.
And they have all this nice hair and funky attitudes, okay, and weighing 500 damn pounds.
And weighing 500 pounds, yeah.
It makes you attractive. It makes the person look at you. But that doesn't make you beautiful just because the person is looking at you.
Right, looking at
you could have a big booty and they'll look at you.
Right, that's lust. That's lust. Something you want to like you see something, a showpiece in a showcase. That's not what women should want to be, attracting somebody. They used to do that in the airline industry. You had to be cute. You had to wear size 10 so the men could have something to look at when they were flying. I always resented that.
They spend more money, yeah.
What somebody having it say, but you can put lipstick on a trunk. What?
Dr. Milligan.
Well, okay.
Dr. Milligan.
Yes, ma'am.
I had a young lady the other day to call me from Ghana, Africa, concerning her hair. She said over there, now she's an American, but she's living over there right now. She said over there, the women don't have mirrors because they don't want the hair to be a part of, their hang-up. So they don't even, most of them don't have mirrors in their homes, so they don't even be looking at themselves in the mirror.
Okay, that's interesting.
And I tell people, look back into our history. We had strong hairlines. Our foreparents had, beautiful hair, and they were happy. What happened? That's always my question. What happened?
Diana Ross.
Moving forward.
Diana Ross.
Yeah.
Diana Ross and the lion's mane, and women wanted to be that. And that's where the weaves came in.
What happened?
Wow, then they start burning their hair, bleaching it out, chemicals it out. And those chemicals, those chemicals, gets in your bloodstream. And some people been chemically in their hair.
I believe.
Go ahead, Doris.
That's where the CCCA came from. CCCA came from.
Mm-hmm.
The dermatologist, researched it and found that it definitely plays a part, because you notice a lot of black women thin in the top and losing their hair in the top, and if not attended to, it will continue until they are no longer. They have male pattern baldness, female pattern baldness, and how you can tell the difference. Male pattern baldness, there's no hairline. Female pattern baldness, they use it as a hairline, still there. And the thing about it is, once that scalp becomes slick, there's no stubble, there's no fuzz, there's none of that. That means the follicle is gone. And once the follicle is gone, you will not get any hair back in that area. I don't care about the shots. I shadowed a dermatologist for a year, and I got the chance to see a lot, learn a lot, and you will not. It does not happen. But although right now they do have another solution that could possibly work for you, and that is PRP. If you're on the line, you could ask your derm about the PRP. It was for sports, men who play sports, and they was having challenges, and it wasn't for their head; it was for their limbs, and they noticed they was getting hair growth, so they started doing the PRP, which is plasma replacement platelets.
Okay.
And they would spin the blood and take those and inject them back into the scalp. That's what the dermatologists are doing now. It is helping some people, but you don't know whether it's going to help you unless you do it.
Right. And if it does, I think you still have to go back to the basic, Doris, what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. You definitely have to go back to the basic, and that is you got to change your diet. You got to. And now people, Wakana, the cannabis company, they're doing a flat belly lifestyle, which is geared towards healthy, raw eating, plant-based diet, things that is growing out of the wood fields and all of that, eating from the ground, not the animal intake, not the sugars and all of that, what is causing a lot of the challenge. And speaking of the women who wear all these eyelashes that look like windshield wipers and flippers, they're going to end up with no natural eyelashes. I've known women not to have their own now. They got to wear those lashes because the glue, when that was introduced to the industry, that was the worst thing that could have happened, because not only did the glue take out the hair, it's taking off the lash. It's taking your natural lash off. I did research on the glue about 30 years ago when it first hit the market, the glue that we added to the hair. It's made out of the tires that Firestone made their tires out of. It is not good. This stuff get into your bloodstream, get into your body, and cause a whole lot of challenges. But again, it was only for a temporary piece of hair to be put on to accent what you had, but we went to the extreme with it. And now people just have lost so much hair. And I just feel bad because next year, Doc, it will be 50 years for me being in the beauty industry, which I'm going to retire. This accident I had recently have retired me really from behind the chair. But and I'm going to do a lot of teaching. But I
that's
just
what we need.
My heart goes out. Yeah.
Wow. Since we have something on the board, Keith, what is that? Oh, let me give the number out, you guys. I got caught up, and I don't even know if I gave the number out. It's 310-928-7733. That's 310-928-7733. Sorry, I'm just not giving it out. And this show is going to re-air at 6 p.m. tonight, Pacific Standard Time, and that is what time? Eastern Time. I think there's 2 hours different.
3 hours different, 9 p.m.
Okay, 9 p.m. Eastern Time and 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The show will re-air. Keith, there's something on the board.
Dr. J's on the roll. What happened is that after World War II, black folks became more whitewashed than ever before. And let's not even talk about light skin and green eyes. Yeah, okay, that's a lot of that stuff denotes class, especially in a white-dominated system. Latin America really has it bad as far as what they call it, la casta, the caste system. So although all those white-dominated features denote class in these Western systems. And after World War II, I think a lot more people became urban. So that kind of forced rural people in small towns to become more class conscious. So that's where you see all this, the hair and the nails and the eyes and skin lightening probably started to come in.
Well, like I say, if you're still going home by yourself, I'm going to repeat that. Shawan, if you're still going home alone, or if you're still alone at
going
home
alone, you doing something wrong?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then none of this stuff matters. All I can say, I don't care how pretty I get. If I'm still going home alone, it's something missing. Okay? Now, wouldn't you say so, Keith?
Yep. And the reality is not on your computer, not on your phone. You got to get out there and live it. And a lot of people are taking their cues from what they see, in pictures, on the imaginary people's lifestyles. Okay, because all those people you see on Instagram, stuff like that, filters and airbrushes and makeup and stuff like that, that's not real. But people take it as real.
That's right. You can do it right into the system. They have an app that you can make yourself up, put hair on, put mustache on, and you think it's that person. So, Doris, tell them, I really want to remind the people because it's important. Those of you who really want a scalp and hair analysis, you must call this number, 323-750-3592. Everybody's welcome. It's going to be this Sunday at Class of One Books and Herbs, 1425 West Manchester Avenue, Suite B. This is a free event, but you need to make an appointment if you want to have the scalp and hair analysis. So we have, yes, because I'm going to be number one up there. So you guys don't forget this Sunday. Invite your friends and you guys just come on out. You'd be surprised. I mean, you have someone like Miss Doris who's been in the industry for 50 years, who really knows this business, who's willing. She's so committed. She's tired of seeing black women spend all this money trying to look beautiful, trying to be something that they're not. My neighbor told me one day, I walked out the house, she said, "Oh, you look so pretty with a little paint. It make a woman look like what she ain't." Now, I don't know what that meant. I don't know if that meant I was looking like a floozy. She said, "Make a woman look like what she ain't." I never will forget that. I bust up laughing. But come on out. At least get your scalp and hair analysis. See what's going on. See how you can change some things. You can't beat that. I don't know anybody that would do that free door but you. I'm telling you. I don't know anybody who would do that.
And Dr. Milligan, and I just want to say to any of the ladies that's on, all men, usually you are at 51% losing before you realize it. And a lot of people say, "Doris, my hair, I have healthy hair. I have a thick head of hair." But let me tell you, once you pass 40 years of age, things start to change. And I want you to see what's happening with your scalp right now. And you can tell whether or not you are losing because you can see the distance of the strands. And you cannot see this with the naked eye. So if you come out on Sunday and get your scalp scoped, get your analysis of your scalp and your hair, then you can find out what can I do at this point to slow this down or stop it, because you're not exempt.
Wow. The number to call again to make your appointment is 323-750-3592. That's 323-750-3592. She'll probably be able to do about 10 people, maybe more. But give her a call. Get on the list. You'll be able to do more. Okay. She said she'll be able to do more. Because it doesn't take that long to do it. I think this is very important when we see so many people just at such a disarray because of their hair. So there is help. Help is on the way. I mean, Doris is here to give you what you need and take you on to the next level. And if you feel like you're only beautiful when you have hair, you can have hair. That's what she's saying. You can have hair. But Doris, she said when the follicle is dead, there's nothing they can do.
No, because dead is just what you just said. You cannot resurrect the dead in no form.
Right.
But if the follicle is sick, sluggish, or you have some other issues with it, it can possibly return a full strand of hair. We want the blood flow to continue to flow to that follicle because that is what really nourishes it. But once that blood stops flowing to the follicle, you lose.
And people get circulation too when they're washing their hair and taking a shower and that kind of stuff. And a lot of people, black people, don't wash their hair that often. So I mean, you're missing some of that circulation.
Yeah,
some people say they wash it every 2 weeks.
Well, because of the way we style our hair, most of the time, if we can get our shampoos in once every 2 weeks, we'll be good. Because we want to do scalp facials, and I'll share with them how to get their scalp facials because you want to exfoliate those dead cells. Dandruff is another myth. Dandruff is not contagious. It is skin cells that is accelerating faster than you can get them off, or it could be improper rinsing disguised as dandruff. But dandruff itself, seborrheic dermatitis, is not contagious, and a lot of people think it is. Oh, don't you comb my hair with your comb because you're gonna give me your dandruff. No, I'm not gonna give you my dandruff. Because dandruff is accelerated skin cells to the scalp. That's clogging the pores. We got to deep cleanse those pores.
Doris, how important is it to take a look at what product you use on your hair, particularly when it comes to hair grease? Is there such thing as hair grease being too thick, or some can clog your pores up more than others?
Absolutely. All you have to do is Google bad ingredients. Some ingredients are carcinogenic, cancer-causing. Some is not. Now, okay, then I lost the thought train. But anyway, they're a product that irritates the scalp, but not carcinogenic, which would be cancer-causing. And there's other products that it will clog those pores. Heavy petroleum, it clogs your pores. And I always refer back to Wakanda because I've been with them for about 3 years, and they have an oil that we use called oud oil. Very light, will not clog your pores, will protect that hair from heat. We're really killing it. But over the years, we've been doing it, but we didn't know what was really happening.
Right.
Now we have research that has come forth to share with us what we have done, the damage we've done. But if we stop, redirect, we can save our strands. And that's what Wakanda is about, saving our strands. But yes, there are definitely a product out there, the mineral oil, the heavy oils and the heavy petroleum that is causing the challenges, causing the problems. We got to keep our pores unclogged.
Which one should we stay away from before we close, those oils for your hair?
The paraffin we should stay away from. We should stay away from the mineral oils, the heavy petroleum, the thick grease.
Like sulfur 8, stuff like that?
Sulfur 8, I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
The sulfur 8, I think that's a lighter oil once it hit the scalp.
So is it the thicker the oil is you need to stay away from because it could clog up the pores?
Yeah, you don't want anything that would clog the pores. And I'll show you on Sunday, the people who have clogged pores, they'll be able to see it themselves.
Wow.
they'll be able to see them. And it's frightening. It's really frightening because I have scoped women who had just left the salon and came and got their hair scoped at the Women's Health Forum that KJLH put on. And they were shocked at how clogged their pores were because of regular shampooing, especially if you're not rinsing properly, will not get it. That's why we do scalp facials, to exfoliate those pores. And if you come, you get to know how to, or get me in touch with your hairstylist, and I will share with her how to do scalp facials.
Well, I was at an event and I heard this cosmetologist saying that I need to send I have 2 clients that I need to send to Doris. And it's all because of how you help people in the restoration of their hair. I'm telling you, it's just awesome. And I really do appreciate you. And I'm glad that you are going to, come by the business at 1425. That's Classic 1 Books and Herbs, you guys. That's at this Sunday. From 2 to 5 p.m. That's 1425 West Manchester, Suite B. That's just west of Normandy. If you want to have your scalp and hair analysis, you need to call 323-750-3592, 323-750-3592. And the one that called in, they will be taken care of first. So give us a call, 323-750-3592. Doris, I thank you for the journey that you've been on all these years. I remember when I first met you, you were out here trying to save cosmetologists, teaching them how to really do the business, how to win in the business. And you've just been a role model and someone that we all admire and appreciate. But like I said, I'm not playing. I want to be the first one Sunday. I want to be the first one to get that analysis. So I want to thank you for...
And you will.
All right. I want to thank you for being my guest, Doris. I know, it's tough. I know you had your accident, but anytime anybody this committed, Doris still said, we still have to do this. Her heart goes out for women, hearts who's so broken because they just don't feel worthy because of hair. And when you can have hair, and you can have hair. So you guys, I've learned a lot just listening to Doris about all the different things that impede hair growth. And I know some medication does. One thing too, Doris, most people, they give you those little leaflets when you get medication. Most people don't even read them, Shawana. Maybe they don't want to see all the side effects. They don't even read it.
Exactly.
And it'll tell you it can cause hair loss. So they just get that medicine, go home and start taking it. And like she said, some of the medicine for diabetes, some of the medicine for high blood pressure particularly can cause hair loss. And nobody's saying, I mean, I'd rather have my blood pressure down than to worry about the hair. But there's an alternative. You can have both. In other words, you don't have to stop taking your medicine. Let your doctor know what it's doing. They may have an alternative for you. Right. But anyway, beauty is fine. Beauty is fine, but beautiful within you. You can be as beautiful as you feel that you are. So, folks, it's up to you. Be beautiful to you, not to somebody else. Because people you think you're looking cute to, they may think you're not looking so cute. Satisfy yourself. That's all I'm saying. You know how much I believe in that satisfying yourself all the way around, okay? Y'all get what I'm talking about. Women, take care of yourself. It's your hair. Take care of it. And some people say, don't cut it, it's your glory. Well, I don't know what it is, but it's something about women. They are obsessed about their hair. So, Doris, again, thank you. We'll see you all Sunday. Free event at Class of 1 Books and Earth, 1425 West Manchester Avenue, just west of Normandy, in the shopping center next door to Burger King. You probably a lot of hair loss because of this fast food. I better wait. They hear me say that, they be trying to sue me like they did Oprah, huh? Yeah, telling them burgers is making their hair break off.
Remember your YouTube channel, Dr. Rosie.
Okay, I keep forgetting how to get to it. Okay. Jamal sent it to me. So next week I have to put it in there because all of our shows, and like you said, the last 4 and this one is really excellent shows that people need to listen to. So next week I'll have it in the queue, YouTube channel at Dr. Rosa Milligan YouTube channel. So you guys on your way, have a great day. Now, this scalping is not just for women. Men, come on. You know y'all worried about your hair. Y'all got the little bald spots.
LeBron, if you listen, come on down. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on down.
Yeah. I've
get
done Stevie Wonder, you guys.
Oh, really?
I've done him before.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Doris probably have done everybody. Everybody know Doris Mosley. Like I said, she is the Madam C.J. Walker in the industry. So I'm happy to be working with you, Doris. I'm excited about this. I want women to feel good about themselves. I really do, because I see what happens when women who don't feel good about themselves, they end up with men that ain't worth two nickels, ain't worth a penny. But they feel low self-esteem. They feel like, well, this is the last train coming through and it stopped to pick me up, you know. But when you feel good about yourself, Shawana, when you feel good about yourself.
And it stopped to pick me up, girl.
Yeah,
no way.
When you feel good about yourself, when that train pull up and stop, you'll say, next one. I'll catch the next one. Folks, it's nothing. It's nothing better than knowing who you are and feeling good about yourself. It changes your world. And when it changes your world, it changes how the other people in the world see you based on how you see yourself. So get up every day and declare your beauty. Hey, with hair, without. Beauty.
Amen.
Okay, you guys have a great day and on your way.
Okay.
See you next week.
Make it a great one.
You too. Thanks, Doris.